Hi, Kim West, the Sleep Lady, and in today's video blog, I'm going to answer Sarah's question. Here's what she wrote in. My daughter just turned 10 months old. She's been sleeping through the night since she was about 4 months old and has never really given us any resistance. She's asleep in her crib by 8 and wakes somewhere between 5 and 6. This week, she started to wake crying around midnight, and even with multiple rocking attempts, she will wake as soon as I lay her down, kicking her legs and giving me her silly little toothy grin. The longest I allowed this to go on was until 3:30, when I gave up and we went to the couch to sleep on the recliner. I hate any type of co-sleeping, but I just had to get some sleep. She crashed and slept on me until I had to get up for work at 6:30. Since then, I've tried rocking her, giving her a bottle, giving her Tylenol, and it just seems she wants to be awake and near mommy. If I try to just leave her in her crib to play independently, as she has done when waking in the night for months, she'll start crying immediately. And I hate to say it, I've tried to see if a minute or two of crying will wear her down a bit, but it doesn't. I can't say that I love being up for hours in the night, but it's not the end of the world. I just do not want to start a bad habit. We've worked so hard to create a routine for her, and I don't want her to think that we'll wake up every night and go sleep on the couch together. Any suggestions? Okay, Sarah, I have a few suggestions. So it looks like she sleeps from about 8 p.m. to 5, 6 a.m. So again, as you know, I'm going to want you to look at, is she getting enough naps? I'd see that you're working. I gather outside of the home, so I would find out from daycare, nanny, grandparent, whoever's taking care of her, is she napping well? Does she go to sleep independently for the naps? How long are the naps? When is her last nap? All of these factors have to be considered to also figure out whether 8 p.m. is the right bedtime for her. And is it needing to be a little bit earlier? So important information to go do your research on. And then again, is she awake at bedtime? This is super important because if she doesn't know how to go to sleep awake at bedtime, she can't apply that at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And then the last thing is I think that it would help if you just picked one method on how you're going to respond to her, both at bedtime, because I want you to put her down more awake potentially, and her maybe potentially crying or at that point and resisting that now with this new behavior, and then a consistent response to how you're going to respond to her wakings during the night. Okay, so that you're not finding that you're giving her a bottle and rocking and couch, and which will create more wakings and more crying, which is what you're starting to see. So again, shuffle or time checks for a consistent response, and know that unfortunately it's going to get worse before it gets better. Okay, and that's because of the infamous intermittent reinforcement, which I'll link to another article on my blog about. And we all do it out of desperation. We don't mean to respond inconsistently, but you know, like you said, you're tired and you have to get to work and you want some sleep, and we end up, you know, making our problem worse or causing a new problem. So now your child doesn't know exactly what's going to happen when she wakes up. Am I going to be given medicine? Am I going to be given a bottle? Am I going to be rocked? Am I going to get out of the crib? And so it'll make them cry more and more. So again, it's going to get worse before it gets better as you help her learn that, no, guess what? This is the way mommy's going to respond. And I'm going to do the same thing every single night until eventually she's sleeping through the night. Okay, I hope that helps.